Hello. I want to go over some functionality added in 4.54, which is our March 2026 release. Specifically, this is for the developers out there. For those people that have written integrations or connections or looking for endpoints or connections in Vicinity to do specific tasks, that's who I'm talking to. Specifically, we added the ability for, or an endpoint for a program to call a function that exists in batch entry today, that being the IssueAll. Specifically, let me go create a quick batch on the fly here. So we'll just create it with my favorite product, DCVM Red, and we'll just take a look at those requirements. Here are the quantity required. I'm not going to size it. It's not necessary what the quantities actually are. What we've had forever is the ability to take a batch that's released and press IssueAll. Now, what IssueAll will do is go look at all of the quantity remaining and put it into the IssueNow column. So it's really good when a scenario where a client fills a vessel with exactly the quantity that was on the batch ticket. In other words, somebody doesn't need to go in here and key a bunch of quantities. Instead, what they do is allow the system to go ahead and copy and put it into the appropriate IssueNow column. And then, of course, later they would post. So what we did in this release is we created an endpoint for programmers to call that allows you to identify by facility and batch number what batch you're talking about, and have the effect of pressing that IssueAll and save. It will actually take the quantities from the quantity required and put them into the IssueNow, and then save it for later posting. The benefit, obviously, is that we're not having to do a bunch of different calls if everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. So, for example, you have an integration where you take a batch ticket, communicate to a dispensing system. The dispensing system dispenses the exact quantity, and then that API, that external, that intelligent scale dispensing system could write back to us to this endpoint just saying IssueAll and save. And that would take care of that process. Now, it is important to know, if you're lot tracking, how this is going to be handled. Depending on how you have your system configured when you IssueAll, it may come up and prompt you. It may prompt for you to approve the lots that it's selected, etc. This API is going to bypass all of that. It's just simply going to take the quantity required, IssueAll, apply the lots, and you're done. Then you can come back and look at it later if you want to. If you really need to assign a specific lot, as many of you might want to think about using the existing endpoint where you're just dropping in each individual line item. This is really good for those mass list of raw materials that I just want to consume against a batch using the standard batch quantity. So again, this is all for developers. If you need some help, please reach out to us. There's also a link to the Swagger site that allows you to take a look at that endpoint, and so incorporate it into your development. Anyway, we hope this helps. Let us know how we might be able to help you from a programming perspective in this case, or just a usability perspective within Vicinity. Thanks a lot and have a great day.